Trustworthiness. Learning objectives. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, blessings, and mercy of Allah be upon you. I'm back to you, my dears, with a new lesson, more beneficial knowledge, and a beautiful and noble moral, the moral of trustworthiness. My loved ones, Allah the Mighty commanded us in the Holy Quran to keep and take care of trusts. The Mighty said in Surah An-Nisa, the chapter of women, "Verily, Allah commands that you should render back the trust to those to whom they are due." Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, also ordered us to keep trust and encouraged us to practice this noble moral. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Pay the deposit to him who deposited it with you, and do not betray him who betrayed you." Trustworthiness, my dears, was one of the noble morals that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, had. He encouraged us to maintain it and prohibited us from meeting betrayal with betrayal. In the past, if someone traveled, he would keep his deposit with Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, would take care of it until the owner came back and asked for it. Therefore, the people of Mecca called him As-Sadiq Amin, which means the truth teller and the trustworthy. Trustworthiness, my friends, should be practiced in all aspects of our life. One of the forms of trustworthiness is not to tamper with the property of others, and to instead protect it for them. For example, you shouldn't take your classmates' supplies without their permission. You shouldn't, for example, eat your brother's food without his permission. You also shouldn't take anything from the grocery store without paying for it, and so on. Another form of trustworthiness is trustworthiness during worship. You should pray and fast properly, even if nobody's seeing you, because Allah is seeing you. This includes other practices of worship as well. In addition, trustworthiness means not revealing the secrets of your home to anyone. Trustworthiness, my friends, also means taking care of your school, your house, and your country. Another form of trustworthiness, my dears, is to return anything that you borrowed from someone else without damaging, harming, or losing it. Now, let's watch this story together, and let's look out for the moral of trustworthiness in it. Once upon a time, a student named Hannah won first place in the school, so the school decided to hold a party for her in appreciation of her efforts. On the day of the party, Hannah was not sure what to wear, and she didn't find a pretty dress that was suitable for the party. But then she remembered her cousin's beautiful dress. So Hannah went to her cousin Layla and asked her if she could borrow her beautiful dress for one day only. Layla agreed and said, "I hope you will take care of it because it is a gift from my father, and I hope that you will return it on time." Hannah was happy and wore the dress. Then she went to the party, and all her friends admired the beauty of her dress. At the end of the party, one of her friends approached her and said, "What a beautiful dress, Hannah. Can you lend it to me just for one day?" Hannah paused to think. She remembered that trustworthiness is to return the things that we borrow from others on time without damaging them. So, my dears, what do you think of the story? What did you learn from it? Well, we learned that trustworthiness means we should not tamper with things we don't own. We learned to return the things that we borrow to their owners on time and without damaging them. Trustworthiness is a noble moral, my friends. It is the moral that Allah the Mighty rewards us for. Allah will be pleased with and reward whoever maintains trustworthiness, and He will allow them to enter paradise. Whoever is not trustworthy, Allah will be angry with him, punish him, and put him in the hellfire. So be careful, my dears, and never betray anyone's trust. Betraying trust is one of the characteristics of those whom Allah does not like. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The signs of a hypocrite are three. Whenever he speaks, he tells a lie. Whenever he is entrusted, he proves dishonest. Whenever he promises, he breaks his promise." This means that there are three signs or characteristics of a hypocrite whom Allah does not like. The first is lying, the second is not keeping promises, and the third is betraying trust. We have reached the end of today's lesson, so let's review the important things that we have learned today. Trustworthiness is a noble moral that Islam encouraged us to pursue. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, asked us to keep trust and not to meet betrayal with betrayal. Some of the forms of trustworthiness include keeping secrets, sincerity in worship, and taking care of our home, school, and country. One of the forms of trustworthiness is returning the things that we borrowed from others on time and without damaging them. Whoever is trustworthy will receive Allah's pleasure and will enter paradise. Whoever isn't trustworthy will receive Allah's anger and will enter hellfire. One of the characteristics of a believer is keeping trust, whereas one of the characteristics of a hypocrite is betraying trust. Goodbye for now. See you soon in a new lesson, inshallah.